Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Corinne, where we talk about all things sex, thriving in your singleness, and self-love. And today is going to be about self-love and sex, and specifically on the topic of asking for what you want. I'm going to start off with an example, and then I'm going to explain why it's really important for you to know what it is that you want first before you choose to engage with any type of intimate act with anyone, specifically if you are a woman, because we carry a very big responsibility of childbearing and childbirth and the decisions of if a child is going to come onto this earth or not. And so we have to protect ourselves way more. Okay. So I was at work and I was talking to somebody. This is a long time ago. And I was talking to somebody, and they were talking about the father of their child. And they were saying, he needs to do this and he needs to do that. And, he shouldn't have taken that job over there. And he needs to do this for me. And he needs to do that for me. And I'm not accepting that. And I can't believe he did this. And I asked her, I was like, oh, okay, so he's breaking commitments to you. And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. So these are all things that you made up in your head that you never discussed with him. And I didn't say it like that. I said it in a nicer way. I said it in a nicer way. But in essence, that's what I asked her. And she kind of looked at me and she was like, And that's when it dawned on me that a lot of women feel this way. I have encountered a lot of women who are very upset with the behavior that the father of their child displays, that their husband displays, fiance, boyfriend, whatever. And then I always ask, is that a conversation you had with him? Like, did you express to him, these are my expectations? Like, if I have a child for you or with you, these are the expectations. Like, this is what school my child is going to. This is how much income we need to have. This is how we're going to raise the child. You need to be stable, not traveling all around the world, whatever it is. Like, you need to express these, you need to communicate this to the man, because it's almost like, let's say it's a beautiful luxury house, and I walk up and it's the open house, and I say, ooh, this house looks so good. I want this house. Look at this house. Look at that bathtub. Look at all these 5 bedrooms. Look at this 5-bedroom house. And the realtor is like, oh my gosh, so you got it. And I said, okay, right? And I move all my stuff in. I've been in the house for 3 years. I'm chilling. Pool parties, my family over every weekend, more parties. Cinco de Mayo, Juneteenth. I mean, we just going. And then after 3 years, the realtor comes, and the realtor is hot. The realtor is like, you don't ever pay me. You never pay for this house. You've been staying in this house rent free. You don't ever do anything I asked you to. You don't return my calls. You didn't ask to have this party in this house. You didn't sign the HOA papers. And I'm like, you never asked me none of that. You did not ask me any of those things. You gave me no expectations. You gave me no requirements. You gave me the house and the keys. And now you want to show up 3 years later mad because you never communicated what you needed on your end. That's literally what it's like. It's like walking into an open house, the realtor giving you the keys, signing no paperwork, no credit check, no money down, you ain't paid rent, nothing. And then 3 years later, the realtor comes back mad. In that scenario, who is at fault? Who has to take responsibility for that? That realtor let a 5-bedroom house go, no credit check, didn't collect rent for 3 years, and now, because this person is doing whatever they want to in the house, there were no boundaries, no communications, no nothing. And this is what I see from my coworker, and what I see from many other women, is that women are not speaking up in the initial stages, and you are allowing this person into your personal space, into your mind, body, soul, energy. into your womb. You are creating a child with this person without having one conversation about expectations or communicating any of these things. And then coming back years later, mind boggled, pissed because this person is doing whatever they want to do. But it's like, you never set the expectation. You never said this, and this, paper signed by this date, or no house. You let that person run all in your emotional house, all in your physical house, all in your mental house, and you've had no standards and expectations. And years down the line, now you want to start communicating and making this person into a bad person. I am one person who I'm not about blame. I am about responsibility. And as a woman, you have so much power and you have so much responsibility with what it is that you do with your mental, spiritual, physical, emotional body, but specifically with your womb. It is in your best interest to communicate your standards first before you let anybody think about getting inside of anything. Getting inside of anything. In your spiritual house, in your physical house, in your mental house. We got to have a conversation, buddy. I guarantee you, I'm not walking into a mansion and just saying, ooh, I like this mansion. I like this mansion. And the realtor's going to be like, oh my God, he really likes this house so much. Gosh, I was going to give it to him. They're going to say, okay, well, you like the mansion. Let's talk numbers. Let's talk HOA fees. Let's talk credit score. Let's talk line of approval. Right? Let's talk all these different things that have to happen before you will even think about getting into that house. We've got things to talk about. And I want my desire and my hope, you're going to do what's best for you. My desire and my hope is that women start being very clear about who they let into their houses. Mental, spiritual, physical houses, emotional houses. Like, who do you let in your house? Who do you let stay at your property? What are the requirements? I remember I was like 18 or 19, and my on again, off again boyfriend at the time was saying something about a baby. And I said, do you have $20,000 in the bank? And he said, what? And I said, do you have $20,000 in the bank? And he said, what is that for? I said, I would never procreate with a man who's not financially stable. And this is 18, 19-year-old Corinne. Shout out to my parents. This is 18, 19-year-old Corinne. You talking baby? I'm talking bank account. I'm confused because it never has appealed. For some reason, I think that God made me this way so I could give this to people. For some reason, and I've been called, I'm not perfect, okay? Your girl was out here wilding. But for some reason, always in the back of my mind, I just had this voice of reason it's the Holy Spirit. It's such a still, small voice. And it was don't listen to that. That man is trying to butter you up. Do not listen to that. And so, I don't think he talked about a baby after that, because I was like, do you have $20,000 in the bank? And that's savings. I'm not talking checking. I'm just talking about saved up, chilling. I'm not talking about investments. At my 18, 19-year-old mind, that is what I said to him. And a lot of women, we're going to have to start behaving like that. We're going to have to start saying, you talking baby, no protection. Okay, when's the wedding? Who's officiating? My church or yours? My hometown or yours? I haven't met your parents. I've seen no ring. I've seen no honor. You haven't started financially providing for me. You don't even pray for our food when we eat. You don't even pray for me. When I was trying to get that new job, you didn't pray for it. You wished, you hoped I got it. You wished me good luck. You haven't covered me spiritually. You don't care if I ate well. You don't care if I eat organic. When I have this baby, how is our baby going to eat? What kind? Do I get help from a nanny? Do I have to do it all on my own? Do I have to raise a baby and go to work? Do I have to go to work and raise a baby and take care of you and be your maid? Like, how does this work? Are you going to be there for the birth? Like, what kind of schools our child going to go to? All these things, and I know this seems like very meticulous, but as women, because so much of our lives, and statistically speaking, if you have a child, it's going to end up with the mother. That is statistics. There are single dads, but it is much less. I've looked up the numbers, and if I can, I'll put the numbers in the description box. It is like, I know for sure less than half. It is less than half. I think 12% of all single parent households in the Black community are ran by Black males. So shout out to Black fathers. But this is just a biological thing. And I know, women are free and can do whatever they want. And it's like, yeah, and we have a responsibility to ourselves and to our children to choose what is best for us at that time. And we get to ask questions. Like, if a realtor is going to ask a question of a home buyer, and that realtor is not attached to that house. Once the house is gone, it's gone. But you are attached to your body, your mind, your soul. You have to be so careful with who you let into your mental, spiritual, physical house. So you need to come with a list, mama. You need to come with a list. And you don't need to, I'm going to make a video about that. And don't listen to his words. Watch his actions. Watch his actions. I am not at all a relationship coach. I have not coached you in relationships. I have taught you today how to keep your single body healthy. Simple. You have to come up with a list. What are you asking for? What are your standards? You have to communicate this early on. Or you get like my coworker and you're 5 years into the marriage and you communicated none of these things. None of it. She never said, I want you to be a part of the child's life. I want my kids to go to this school. I want you to communicate with me. All these things. She communicated none of it. And now she's miserable because she procreated with somebody she asked no questions about. Ask questions. If someone is going to walk into your mental, spiritual, physical house, ask questions. Get the Carfax. Run the receipts. Scan the QR code. Ask around the block. Like, you have got to do your homework. This is your body. This is your future. This is your health. I'm not telling you what not to do. I'm asking you bring a list. Come up with numbers. What number makes you feel secure to have a baby? Is it 10,000? Is it 20,000? Is it 100,000? Is it 200,000? Is it 2 million? Is it 2 billion? I don't know what that is for you as a woman. Get the numbers though. What qualities do you need in a man to feel safe enough to have a healthy pregnancy with him? Does he need to practice fidelity? Does he need to honor you? Does he need to pray for you? Do you believe in God? Do you want him to believe in God? What kind of faith are you going to raise your kids in? What kind of neighborhood do you want to live in? Public school or private school? The best public school system, because that's going to be a higher tax bracket. You want to buy a house? You want to live in an apartment? Like, what for you as a woman would make you feel you're most comfortable living with this man and then possibly bringing a life into the world with this man? We have to ask questions. We have to. Or let me not say we have to. It behooves us to ask questions. And it doesn't have to be in a, what's your credit score? And how long did you go to college? Like, it doesn't have to be any of that. It can just be in a very casual way. Like, what do you want? Like, how did your parents raise you? And then you listen. And it's like, oh, is that how you want to raise your child? And then you listen. And if this person is telling you, I want to send my kids to private school, but this person is not making private school money or have private school savings, you have to factor that in. Or if this person is telling you, I want my child, I want to raise my child up in faith, but this person is not a faithful person. They're not faith filled. They don't have a community with God. They don't commune with God. They don't talk to God. Squint your eyes. Be like, interesting. Because I see none of these things. But you're saying a lot of things. It sounds good, but it's not really translating. That's like that buyer of that house saying, oh yeah, I got a 720 credit score, and I have the best credit, and I have the best bank, and I have all these investors. And the realtor says, amazing, can you show it to me? And they have nothing. Do you think that realtor is going to take that buyer seriously? No. And you should not take these people seriously either, trying to get into your mental, spiritual, physical house with no paperwork, with no action to back it up, with no Carfax. With no Carfax. No, thank you. I'm okay. I'm okay. And I am very clear that some of my content is going to upset some people. And I have actually had to come to the point where I care more about saving somebody's life than hurting somebody's feelings. I care more. Someone's going to watch my video. Some young girl's going to watch my video, and she is going to do what her soul tells her to do. And she is going to end up in the most amazing relationship, either with herself or with another person. And it is going to be because she listened to my videos. And I am so much more committed to saving her life than hurting your feelings. And I just have like entered into this new era of boldness. I don't know what it is, but I'm very grateful for it. And you're going to hear more of it. And I'm even going to have, like, there are things that I don't want to say on YouTube because it's just, I don't want to say them out in public. I feel like the people who need to hear it will hear it. And so I'm actually going to start doing master classes, and I'm going to start doing some private coaching. People have reached out to me. I'm so humbled that people at the stage where I am in my journey, that people reach out to me and are like, Corinne, these videos are like, you keep them coming. They're changing my life. So I'm going to start doing some private coaching. I'm going to start doing some master classes. And I really feel like this is the year women are taking their power back, and they are owning their spiritual, mental, physical houses. They are going to find wellness because they are starting to ask questions and tell people, show me the Carfax. Show me the Carfax. Show me the Carfax. Where is the tangible stuff? Like, not the words. I don't want to hear the words. I want to see the credit score on, what is it? The TurboTax, whatever. I want to see the credit score on that. I want to see the investors. Where are they at? What do their portfolios look like? Do you have a portfolio? Like, all of these things. And I am not I say this all the time, I'm not the guru in this. I'm not the best in this, and I see where I can help, right? And maybe you watch a video and you're like, this is terrible, or I need to build on this. There are other people out there who can help you build on this. Go find those people. But my hope and my wish and my dream and my desire, and the reason I think God put me on this earth, is to empower women to be more clear about who they let into their mental, spiritual, and physical houses. Like, I live, breathe, and eat this stuff. So thank you for watching my video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make that man show you the Carfax, the tangible information. The tangible information. Not the tangible information, the tangible things. Let me see it. I would like to see it. So thank y'all for watching this video. I hope this is blessing y'all. I'm like, Holy Spirit, why do I have to be the one to say this stuff? Like, this is not the sexy stuff. And God was like, it's just what I created you to do, Corinne. And for a long time, I've been running, and I'm done. I'm just going to stand 10 toes down, flat-footed. And maybe it's one person I save, and not save, because we all have it within ourselves to save ourselves. Maybe it's one person I help. Maybe it's 10,000. Maybe it's 1 million. Maybe it's 10 million. Maybe it's 5. Maybe it's 5,000. Maybe it's 500. I don't know. But I know that if sitting down and tell him what I feel God has given to me, serve somebody, I've done my job. So thank y'all for watching this video. All right, love ya. See you in the next one. Take care of your mental, spiritual, physical houses. Mental, spiritual, physical houses. Show me the Carfax. Show me the Carfax. Literally, have that man show you the Carfax. All right, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.